Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Hatchhyack Productions. Today I'm Bankrupt being joined once again by Jimmy, Jake, and like always, Fluff.
Sure.
What's going on?
What's up, beautiful people?
And like always, there's buttons down below. Feel free to click. They're there for a reason. Today's matchup is our finals, and both Jake and Fluff have made it there. Jake using the Hatchhyack, while Fluff taking his spin with Soul Striker. Guys, take it away.
So here's Fluff and I again in the finals. Kind of a staple of our locals. This is a matchup that happens very often. And going into this game, I was honestly pretty worried. A lot of Soul Striker's cards interact very well against what I'm doing as the Hatchhyack player. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to overcome his blue cards once the game goes long, but that's kind of what Hatchhyack wants to do anyway. So we're in for another, in my mind, another like Frieza prison style long matchup like you guys saw earlier in the week.
Yeah, I'm worried about very specific threats within the Hatchhyack list. So I had actually had a chance to tool around with the Hatchhyack deck a little bit before Gen Con as well. So I knew kind of what you were playing. I knew you probably put your own little twist and included a couple little things that just like sent Jake behind it. But I knew to watch out for the 8-drop Gogeta thwarting. I knew to watch out for, funny enough, Demigra is another one that I was really kind of worried about. And then the other one is Fu Shrouded. The game is definitively going to go long enough that Fu Shrouded is going to become relevant.
And there I go milling it. Why did you say you're worried about it?
And then you milled it, and I was like, thank God. I don't have to deal with it. And as soon as you milled it, I felt so much more confident about this match.
I feel like that's kind of the curse of a lot of these like top end control decks that have multiple different outs for win cons, where sometimes you get into the mindset of like, which one do I choose? If I have both options, what do I choose? And I don't want to choose the wrong one.
Yep.
But then once one gets taken out of the equation, it becomes much easier to streamline your play.
Yeah.
Here I didn't realize that Beto had the power for the whole time. So that Kidku swing did nothing, and I just put the ball back in my hand with his effect.
Yep. I knew that as time went on, the Hatchhyack match was going to be harder and harder to actually get in at your leader. One, your secret rare. Two, the number of negates and the quality of cards that you play. So paying one on that Beto swing and then throwing an Ultra Instinct Kamehameha on it to make it a 30,000 double strike.
It's a really good play.
Would you be able to attack with the thwarting?
I wouldn't actually.
No. Yeah, because you had swung with the kid.
Play, yeah.
I'm okay with it. I missed it. And I'm so used to the 8-drop where the 8-drop doesn't interact with the winner skill that, in my head, thwarting attacked. Okay, I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that you should be able to do that. I guess the Kidku swing did nothing. So really, all it did was put my Kidku in rest mode so he could kill it.
Yeah, it helped me out in the long run. And I felt confident enough tapping out on that turn 2 against Hatchhyack that I wasn't worried about him killing me on his turn 3. So I felt confident enough to just tap out to make sure I got that double strike in on the Beto, because the number of chances that I'm going to have to be able to deal damage against the Hatchhyack player is going to become more and more increasingly rare as the game goes along. Until either I play through all of his negates and, defensive options. But by then that point, he might have played through all of mine. So that's where my head's at as far as what to do here. Another strategy moving against the Hatchhyack player is to let Hatchhyack make the first move as far as playing cards into there. As far as playing cards on the field. because then I have an opportunity to crack back, remove them. Yes, I might lose a battle card, but if I can remove them one at a time as they're coming in, I don't have to deal with that, 5 or 6 card board that Hatchhyack is famous for winning on.
And from here, I'm pretty much spiraling. I'm activating cards that don't work. You're completely set up at this point. You've removed my main battle card threat. And from here, in my mind, I feel like I've already lost. But thinking about this game a different way, there's like a million things I could have done differently.
Yes.
And that would have resulted in me coming out in a little bit better position going into this turn 4.
Yeah.
So really, it's just like, I don't know. You're always improving as a player.
I felt good about this match, but I couldn't get cocky. I couldn't start making mistakes. I couldn't overextend. I couldn't do those things because I know you're a good enough player that if I get into that mindset of being over cocky, overextending, you're just going to beat me. You're going to beat my dick into the dirt. And I still have to play cautiously, and I have to play and keep it as the style of game that I want it to be. Draw apes were huge in this matchup because there were a ton of turns where I didn't want to commit to the field because I could only attack with one battle card. I needed something to do with my energy before swinging with my leader. So being able to just, tap to draw, swing leader, restand kind of makes that worth it. Even if I'm just going to pass with all energy open.
It's just a staple in Soul Striker these days with the meta being as slow as it is.
Yeah.
Really good call on your part.
I know that you're getting into SS4 thwarting range.
Yeah, in my mind, that play is so risky with 0 god ceilings in your energy and blue unison on the table. There's just no way I can tap 4 and expect to not die.
Yeah. And that's I didn't expect you to walk into that, but there was a small part of me that was like, come on.
I'm actually digging for Dark Mask King Devilish Dominator at this point because it's the only black card the only card in my deck that actually has deflect.
Yep.
And if I'm able to board that, and with all the draw apes you've been warping, eventually I'll be able to get the restand, and that'll be a huge problem for you. Even if you can remove the first one, I do have multiple copies. My problem is right now I'm just not seeing them.
Yeah. I've been playing black for I don't know how many sets now, pretty much exclusively until just after Gen-Con.
Yeah, since set 12, you've been playing black.
And Devilish Dominator has slowly crept up and become my favorite card in black just due to having deflect. Because it has out to both counter play heavy decks and also counter attack heavy decks. And it's just a fantastic card for the blue matchup where stuff like SS4 thwarting is just, it never comes out. You can't justify spending 4 energy just for it to be put back into your hand.
And honestly, as the blue player, I'm more concerned with preventing thwartings. That there's a high chance that if you played that Mass Sand, I don't have a ready response for it. I'm going to have to work around it. And maybe if I can survive the turn that you play it, maybe I can get it off the field. But that card would have been huge.
Yeah, once you have this Boo Unison set up, though, even Dark Masked King does nothing.
Yeah. You saw me kind of hesitate on my energy there. So I would say that it's one of those parts about Soul Striker Bojack. When you're restanding your energy, there are specific energy that you want tapped, certain energy that you want untapped. And I needed to let that Bardock or the 8-drop Bojack. I needed to have that untapped. Or I'm sorry, I needed that to be tapped, and I needed one of the 4-drop Bojacks untapped. I just misplayed here. And in my head, I'm thinking I just gave Jake a massive window of opportunity to crack back, because I wanted to be able to put out defensively that 4-drop Bojack, which would let me tap his energy out and control what was happening on the field a little bit better, while also bottom decking his double striker and clearing the field, plus drawing me a couple cards. And I thought I was just confident that something big was going to happen.
Here we're debating like the best way for Fluff to actually deal with this card. And he actually decides to go with God Sealing instead of the Baby Ape, even though he used the -5 effect, which I think is ultimately a much better play. Sure, the ape, like, if you use the ape to like remove the Sin Shenron from the game, you have to wait till it comes in, and it's going to actually get to rest the ape and his Unison and his battle card and effectively turn off his turn. But if he just God Seals it and keeps it moving, he just gets to keep attacking and keep applying pressure. And I know you really shouldn't tell your opponent the best way to beat you when you're in the finals, but I've just got a lot of respect for Fluff as a player, and at this point I pretty much feel like I'm already beaten, like we discussed before. But that's just a horrible mentality to play this game with.
Well, but also, like, we'll do that, you know. If someone is legitimately talking to me and trying to figure out the best play to make against my deck at any given moment, even if we're in a match, I'll talk through it. I'm not going to be an asshole and just like figure it out. The pricing is not worth it to me to be a dick. Like, you know, we play with our friends, and I would much rather maintain a healthy relationship than be a jerk over, well, I don't want to lose the game, so I'm not going to.
Nah, fuck them kids.
Yeah. I need all my W's.
Yeah. Need all them points on the Bandai app.
No.
I mean,
yeah. I think actually I might care about points on the Bandai app more than anybody in our group. And here I am telling Fluff how to beat me.
I did care about it, and then I found out my judge was putting my shit in wrong, so it didn't register any of my wins.
I never put your shit in wrong. What the fuck are you talking about?
I had throughout all of 2019? No, it was either 2019 or I think it was 2019. I had 0 points the entire year. And last year I had 0 points the entire year.
Maybe you should give me the correct BCC ID, bro.
I have given
all
you the
I
correct.
want to know is how Sausage Copter wins every month.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like,
dumpster favors.
I don't do those.
I'm talking about sausage copter.
Fine. I mean, that's how you know it's not me. I don't do those.
Oh, that's why I'm saying I'm not the monthly champion. Maybe that's what I need to start doing.
Sausage copters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all not my type.
The slug here was really good, even if it's just to get rid of the ape, because that eliminates a blocker off my side of the field, plus pressure on the following turn against you.
Honestly, I just wanted cards back in my deck.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the plan was there. There was a part of me that was like, swing with the slug.
If I swung with it, I basically just turn off anything else I'm going to do that turn. I was hoping you would God Seal it, and then I would just put 3 more back, and then maybe I could continue to apply some pressure, but you're smart enough to know that your ape isn't important at this section of the game. I'm at 2 life, losing hand size rapidly, not a lot of good options.
There's definitively a point where Hatchhyack is very high on resource advantage, and then it just seems to fall off at a point. And maybe that's just this matchup in particular.
Yeah, I think it's matchup dependent. Like, against red, you could pretty much extend infinitely.
Yeah. Where you don't have to worry about the extent counterplays.
Yeah, and then anything they play is going to be pretty much underneath an 8-drop. So
Yeah, almost exclusively. Like,
yeah, the entire Broly chain, save for the secret rare, is underneath 8. So you pretty much get to deal with like aggressive red decks at your leisure.
For clarity's sake, Fluff just grabbed the wrong card.
what did I grab?
On the energy, you meant to grab D Vegeta. You grabbed Bojack instead.
Yeah,
Bojack.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you they're both Bojack, but we know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nah,
Right.
you gotta clarify.
Sorry, the
No.
Bojack with the Vegeta face in front of the Gojack.
Yeah, it's
I
for all our blind viewers.
I believe that I referred to that card as the Ho dude. The entire night. Like, yeah, I'm charging the Ho, and then Galactic Buster comboing with the Ho, and then playing the Ho. Just because, like, it did some tricks, man. Like, that card was so good all night. Here I'm sacrificing the boot because I'm setting up the kill. So I just play the baby for 5. I'm going to essentially just -5 on the baby, give my leader double strike. Jake is forced to negate. I have a golden ape in hand. I'm going to be able to negate, and then I'm going to be able to combo hard. So it's pretty much, that's one of the reasons that I like the baby there too, because the baby and boot can be part of a kill turn plus a minor defense turn, where if somehow Jake survived that, was like able to combo out of my big leader swing, I still get to go, like, I still get the energy restand off the boot because I already activated the +0, so I don't go into the turn with no energy. So there is a hope that I still survive if somehow the game doesn't end there.
Oh, you had the Hatchhyack.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I didn't play Hatchhyack once all weekend.
No, didn't need it.
You don't
Too
need
good.
it. Yeah, in a lot of ways, I kind of want to drop Hatchhyack for Blue's real secret rare, Super 17, turning the tide.
And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in today's video. Keep in mind, there's buttons down below and on the screen while Fluff does the outro.
Soul Striker Bojack. I think Galactic Buster might be one of the most degenerate cards in the meta right now. Am I wrong? Am I right? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
Zamasu the Eliminator exists.
I-
That's my vote.
You can play both in the same deck.
You can play
It's terrible.
both in the same deck. Those are the 2 worst cards in the format right now. Is Zamas and Galactic
Well, can
Buster.
you? Does Galactic Twister say mono blue energy only?
Mm,
Leave it in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong.
yeah, I don't know. I don't have the cards sitting in front of me. But as always, read your cards, know your plays. Apparently, we don't know our cards. As always, Fluff out.